Try as you might, there is no denying it anymore. The world is evolving. Our financial system is completely changing before our eyes, and we are on the cutting edge of this new technology. Now, it used to be you would only buy cryptocurrency from a central exchange, like crypto.com or Coinbase. Then it evolved to cell phone apps like Uphold and Robinhood. Now it's even gone so far as to central credit unions and banks. So everywhere you go, someone's trying to sell you cryptocurrency. But the real question here is, what are they not telling you? Hey everyone, Serenity here. I want to welcome you back to Down Home Crypto. Now in this episode of Zero to Hero, we're going to break down the understanding and really shine some light behind the barriers of turning your fiat currency into digital currency, what to look out for, and how to not get wrecked. Now the very first thing I want to share with you is cryptocurrency is not the same price everywhere you go. If I walk into one location with $5 to buy Bitcoin, at one place I'm going to get more Bitcoin than I am another place. Why is that fair? That's not right. Bitcoin's one price, right? Well, you're right and you're wrong. Now, to help show you what I'm talking about, I've got 4 main exchanges and places we can buy Doge that have 24-hour access. So the first one up here is at Coinbase, and it says currently right now, 1 Doge should cost me $0.0719 per Doge. Over here on crypto.com, I can buy Doge right now for $0.07184 per Doge. Down here at CoinMarketCap, it's saying I should be paying $0.07183 per Doge. And over here on MEXC, it says I should be paying $0.07185 per Doge. Then we go look at a couple exchanges on our cell phone, and as we can see on Uphold, they're charging $0.07181 per Doge. Over here on Robinhood, they're going to charge $0.07842 per Doge. So there is still some variation from these different exchanges, but this offers an amazing opportunity known as arbitrage. Now, real quickly, let's talk about this arbitrage, and we'll use our Cokes for an example. So if we paid $1.29 for this bottle of Coke and $1.99 for this bottle of Coke, what if we could go to the grocery store, buy a couple bottles of soda, walk them across the street, and sell them back to that store over there for the $1.99? But let's say they have a slight restocking fee of, say, 10%. There's still enough profit margin to make it worth doing that trade. The trick is eventually this store is going to have enough Coke. They're going to have to drop their price because their supply is so high. And just like supply and demand in normal financial world, same thing exists in this. So arbitrage is nothing more than buying at a lower price and selling it at a higher price until the two balance out eventually. Now, arbitrage trading is a great system that a lot of people utilize to make passive income because there's computer systems that run these trades 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it might only be a couple pennies per trade. But if they're doing that hundreds or thousands of times a day, those pennies can add up pretty fast. But the important thing to take away from that is the prices are not always the same depending on where you're buying your cryptocurrency. So do yourself a favor, take a little time, look around at the different exchanges and decide where you want to purchase your crypto. Now, the next area I want to tell you about is saving the money before you even hit the blockchain. What do I mean by that? Well, we all pay an onboarding fee. Onboarding is when we're going to change our regular fiat money into digital currency. There's a fee for doing that transaction, and you'd be surprised at just how big that fee can be. Now, before we jump into the onboarding fees, there's one critical detail I want to share with you. Keep in mind during this process of what you're going to do with that final cryptocurrency as you buy it. Because if you're going to operate within the DeFi space, well, you're going to have to send that crypto you purchase over to a MetaMask or DeFi wallet. And oftentimes, even if you get a better deal on a central exchange, the transfer fee to get it there might actually lose all the profit you saved just from transferring it into that DeFi wallet. So your final destination is critical along this decision-making process. But first, let's jump into the fees. So let's say I'm going to buy $30 worth of AVAX. Well, right here on Coinbase, that $30 is going to get me 1.96 AVAX. They're going to charge me a fee of $1.99. Okay, seems reasonable. And if I go over here to Uphold and I buy the same $30, well, they're going to give me 2.019 AVAX. Wow. And they're going to charge me a fee of $1.02. That's almost a full dollar difference on $30 investment. That's a pretty sizable amount. But let's say I'm going to operate within the DeFi space, so I need it straight into my MetaMask wallet. So I go over here to MetaMask and I get a quote, and it says that from there, I'm going to get 1.99 AVAX if I go through Transact and pay a fee of $1.64. Or if I go through MoonPay, I'm going to get 1.95 AVAX. So as you can see, I start all the way from 1.95 AVAX all the way up to 2.01. So quite a bit of difference depending on where I purchase the exact same AVAX token. Now, as you can see, there's a sizable variation on the different fees these platforms are charging. In fact, in that example right there was a 3% variation. 3% is a lot in the crypto space, and I don't want to see anybody lose that kind of money just so these guys can get a little richer. So definitely be smart, be safe out there. And I got one more critical piece of information. But first, if you're enjoying this information and you're learning from it, do me a huge favor. Take a minute, give me a thumbs up down below, tell your friends about us, because I would love to educate more people about this amazing crypto space. Now, as always, I've saved the best, or in this case, the most critical for last. And it's going to seem really silly, but believe it or not, it's probably the most important thing you can keep in mind. And that is knowing your destination before you start. Now, I know that sounds silly. I mean, it's not like we just jump in the car, start driving west, and wherever we end up, well, that's where we're living now. Yeah, that doesn't happen. We get out a map, we draw our path, we plan out our mileage, how much gas we're going to take, how many hotel stops we're going to have through that journey. All this stuff is pre-planned to make sure that we are prepared. We've got enough gas, enough cash, and we're set. And on top of that, we keep backup plans. We've got roadside assistance, cell phones, whatever we need for that trip, including the munchies, which we all got to have. But surprisingly, people don't prepare for a crypto journey nearly as well as they do for a road trip journey. And that's something that I got to tell you has got to be one of the biggest and most expensive mistakes I personally have ever made. Now, the only way that I know of to properly teach somebody is by example. So that's what we're going to do here today. We're going to utilize all the skills we've learned so far in the Zero to Hero series, as well as the wallets we've set up to go invest in a cryptocurrency. And I used Seagold. Seagold is a digital gold commodity by Collective Finance. So let's start this journey as we have listed out here and fill in the blanks as we go. So the first thing we need to know about Seagold is what is it, right? And where do we start? That's right, the official website or links. So let's go to the Collective Finance website. Now, once we look here, we can either read through the white paper and look for the token contract, or we can go to the official social media, which is Discord. So let's go ahead and open up their Discord, and then digging through the Discord under official links, I was able to find the Seagold token contract address. Now, I know for a fact I can take that token contract address, I can jump over to Dex Screener, paste that in, and that's going to give me the full information I need for Seagold, the chart, the price, everything about it. But also, it's going to tell me where it's traded. So if I look right over here, it says trade on RBDex. There we go. So once RBDex loads up, we can see that Seagold is hosted on the Arbitrum One network, and it's purchased with its native token of Ethereum. So now we know we need Ethereum on the RBDex network. So now what we have to do is work backwards from there. We know we need Ethereum in our MetaMask on the Arbitrum One network. So let's go to Coinbase and on some of our other wallets and see what our options are through those. So once we jump over to our Coinbase wallet and we look, yes, we can purchase Ethereum. Okay, great. But the question here is, can we send that Ethereum on the Arbitrum One network into MetaMask? Because that's something I've been burnt with before. The best way to find that out is tell it to send. And tell it you're going to send some Ethereum and copy and paste the MetaMask address into the field and find out if it gives you any options. So when we look at this and we send it all, as you notice, it says Ethereum address. Doesn't give us an option. That means no matter what we do, if we send it from Coinbase to MetaMask, it will be on the Ethereum blockchain, not on the Arbitrum One blockchain. Now, I've done this before, and the problem is once it hits my Ethereum address, I now have to take it back out of there, paying an exuberant gas fee to a different exchange to swap it over to the Arbitrum network, or else go through a bridging platform and pay a bunch of gas fee there. So I've had this cost me in excess of $100 by sending Ethereum over to my MetaMask thinking I could switch it and found out later that I couldn't. So this is where the devil's in the details, like we talked about before, know exactly what blockchains they'll interact with. Now, looking through our other wallets that we've already set up in the Zero to Hero journey, none of them give us the option to export Ethereum to the Arbitrum One network. But what we do have set up is our MetaMask. And MetaMask itself has the ability to purchase crypto and directly deposit to that particular blockchain. So if we open our MetaMask and we make sure we're on the Arbitrum One network, from here, we can actually go in and we can buy Ethereum on Arbitrum One. Now, the fees can sometimes be a little bit more expensive, but like we talked about before, it oftentimes is cheaper to purchase direct than it is to transfer 3 or 4 different times, depending on transfer fees, gas fees, things like that. So let's check this one out. So if we're going to buy with our debit card and we tell it we want to buy $30 and we get a quote. Now, when we open up our options here, we see that we have Transact and MoonPay as our two options. Transact has a fee of $1.60 and MoonPay has a fee of $1.99. Well, unfortunately, I can't use Transact. They black labeled me there because I created a second Transact account to make one of the Zero to Hero videos. So unfortunately, this series actually cost me the ability to operate within Transact. That's okay. So that completes the last piece of the puzzle we needed. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our $30 from the bank, go through MoonPay to get Ethereum on the Arbitrum 1 network, then go to Arbidex and purchase our Seagold. So we know what our options are. We're going to go ahead and select through MoonPay. So we click Buy with MoonPay. Now it's going to come up with verifying my identity. So it makes me put in my email address. So we put in my email, click Continue. Now it's going to email a 6-digit code to my email address. So I go to my email, I grab that code, and I paste that code in. So now the great thing is it already has my card on file. I've already gone through the verification and all that through MoonPay. Now, if you haven't done this step yet, you might have to do the photo scan of your ID and go through the KYC process. I've already done it, so it's really just a matter of selecting my debit card, putting in my CCV code number, and then going down and hitting I agree to the terms and pay $30. It's going to give me some quick warnings to make sure I'm on the right link on the right website and that is something I want to do. So confirm the order and away it goes. Now, once I confirm, it's going to give me all the detail information. Tell me I'm going to get 0.0144 Ethereum, the order number, the date and time was purchased, how it was purchased, what the exchange rate currently is on Ethereum, as well as what the total amount of Ethereum I'm going to get, and as well as the fees that are broken down for a total of $30. And if I go into my MetaMask, I can simply watch and see, there it is, it just arrived. Now we're at that final step of our journey. All we gotta do now is jump on Arbidex, tell it exactly how much Ethereum we want to spend, so we'll say 0.015 Ethereum, which is gonna buy us 0.441272 Seagold tokens. Enter those amounts and hit swap. Confirm. It's gonna ask for a signature in our MetaMask, saying a total of $28.77, and confirm it. And congratulations, you now have digital gold in your MetaMask. So there you have it. We've completed the crypto journey by planning it out, mapping it out, doing our research, and utilizing all the steps through the Zero to Hero series that we've covered so far. Now, as you can tell, there are several tips, tricks, and things to watch out for, but it's not really that complicated. It takes a little bit of time, a little bit of dedication, and paying attention to the details. And that's really what I can say, is whenever you're in the crypto space, be safe out there, because it's really, really easy to make a simple mistake that costs a lot of money. So I want to thank you very much for your time, and until next time, have a great night.